Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Report, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Scarlett Fu and Paul Sweeney live here on the Bloomberg Interactive Broker Studio, streaming live on YouTube as well. And we'll stay on top of this news from President Trump, again, saying that threatens massive increase in tariffs on Chinese goods, as John Tucker was just reporting, and also saying, President Trump says there seems to be no reason to meet Xi in South Korea. So we'll see how that plays out. Right now, let's get a sense of what's going on in the marketplace, what stocks are on the move. To do that, we check in with Bloomberg's Denitsa Sekova. Denitsa, what are you looking at?
Let's start with Applied Digital. Despite the pullback in stocks, that's one that's clearly soaring today. It was up as much as 33%. Now it's about 20%. The firm said it's now in advanced discussion with a hyperscaler client for its second data center. This is one of the latest AI infrastructure name that is just soaring. The stock is up more than 300% year to date. The ticker is APLD. First quarter revenue was well ahead of estimates. There was one income payment from a tenant fit. When it comes to the losses, they were better than expected. Adjusted loss of 3 cents a share, narrower than the 16 cents that was expected. Of course, with the AI revolution, there is a whole race between the biggest technologies companies spending billions for data centers. And clearly, this is one of the new favorites winners. And it's getting a big spike today despite sentiment soaring.
All right, let's also talk about Levi Strauss.
Yeah, and that is one stock that is affected by tariffs, and clearly things are moving fast there. Levi Strauss shares were down as much as 14% today. The apparel maker upgraded earnings guidance, still fell short. They mentioned tariffs, and they mentioned some tariff calculations that are changing pretty fast. They're expecting tariffs of China about 30%. They increased their expectations to about 20% for the rest of the world. So clearly we see a lot of those retailers are constantly upgrading their forecasts and facing a lot of pressure. That was one name that was actually some of the big winners this year. It was up more than 40% going into the print, and it's still up 25%. But you can see how big of a move we're seeing on tariff uncertainty. Revenue was $1.5 billion for the third quarter. Some of its brands like Beyond Yoga has been performing very well, but yet it's all coming back to the macro and world we're seeing in tariff news.
Okay, one more. What do you got?
We can talk about Mosaic, which is down today. It's about 8%. The fertilizer company said the third quarter phosphate production fell below what management expected. The ticker is MOS. That is another stock that was actually doing quite well year to date. It's still up 25% after the earnings report today. But the Tampa-based company said Friday that mechanical issues and utility interruptions led to a meaningful decline in production. This has been a series of issues for the company, which has already taken a hit from U.S. tariffs as farmers have less spending power. The company said in August that imports of phosphate and potash were down about 20% year to date. So more pressure from trade policy here for sure.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.